Inspired by his immigrant father, TB Shiftday has been hustling his whole life, from growing up in Detroit to working at a gas station to making it to the NBA 2K League. Now, as a ferocious defender for one of the league's contenders in T-Wolves Gaming, he's still bringing that hustle. I'm Jeff Eisenband, and this is NBA 2K League Behind the Screens. TB Shiftday of T-Wolves Gaming. First of all, I say T-Wolves Gaming. How has your career shifted now playing for Minnesota?
Coming from Miami to Minnesota, it shifted for me because I feel like just the people I'm playing with, like we all want to win. It's a winning environment, I feel like, with everyone here. Just the vibes, great vibes over here, and I feel great.
Now you're becoming an NBA 2K League veteran. You know, we can throw out the rookie label, we can throw out the youngster label. You know, how have you seen things change in this league and learned how to be a player?
I feel like when I first came in the league, being coached by Famous, he showed me a lot, and then coming here with Nick and JB, they done showed me a lot of things that I can go on to be a veteran. So just from me playing and being here for so long, I feel like I know a lot of ins and outs of the league.
What's the organization like with the T-Wolves?
That's great. It's amazing. You know, if there's any organization I could tell you that cares more about their players, it would be, T-Wolves. They care about us. They work with us, on and off the court. They try to show us life values, not just game values. So it's great, and I love it.
You've got Bear to Beast, and you've got some personalities in that room. I mean, even Nick. We'll throw in Nick in that category. How do you all gel together, especially with you?
It's tough sometimes, because there's a lot of voices. There's a lot of voices in one room, but, I think that's what makes us special. We can talk to each other. Everyone can talk to each other. No matter how loud one person is or how quiet the next guy is, we all know how to communicate with one another, and I think that's what makes us good.
When we think about you personally, what was your life like before the NBA 2K League?
My life was a fumble. I went from, working gas station job, trying to figure it out, to now doing my own thing in the 2K League, and it's great. I love it.
Gas station job. So how are you balancing getting ready, playing competitive 2K while working at a gas station?
It was tough. I had to make sure I could find a work schedule that can work with 2K, especially playing pre-draft at all these tournaments I was playing in. I was playing in almost everything, trying to get my name out there. So it was tough. I mean, you got to find the right schedule, the right balance, and sometimes you just got to sacrifice if you want it.
For people that maybe don't quite understand, I know we have so many kids in college, kids that came right out of high school. For you being out in the world working and every day showing up and doing that job, what is your mindset about as you're trying to navigate life while working that job?
My mindset is just, try to get better every day. It was never, I'm about to get a 2K League job. It's just try to better yourself every single day. Every day you wake up, you go to work, just try to better yourself. Try to make something of yourself every single day. That's the mindset I use, and I still go by that till today.
And if we can go back to middle school, high school, what kind of kid were you like?
I was a very sporty type kid. I was the annoying kid. I played a lot of sports. I was the guy who would, throw a basketball at you when you turned around, stuff like that. I played all types of sports. That's what really got me into 2K. But when I was a youngster, I was the really annoying guy, the one that you would watch over for and look over for. That was me.
You're a hustler out there, like a tough defender is what it sounds like.
100%.
And so what was your basketball career like before the NBA 2K League?
I didn't play anything crazy, just played, regular high school ball. It wasn't that big of a school. So, I played point guard, but, I really enjoyed the defensive side of the game. I love defense, every bit of it. I love it, like, guarding people right when the ball inbounds. That's the reason why I do it in 2K, is because in real life I have such a passion for it.
Is the character that you developed on the IRL basketball court growing up, how has that transitioned over virtually to NBA 2K?
I feel like it's everything. I feel like if I never played basketball, I probably wouldn't be playing 2K, because everything that I learned in real life, I use it in defense on 2K, and it's just a mixture at this point. You can take stuff from the game, take stuff from real life, you just put it together, it makes something happen.
Is it more of the physical things in real life or the mental attributes of the game that you've brought over?
I think it's more of the mental, than physical. The mental things,
it was like you weren't sure there for a second.
Yeah, it's more of a mental thing for me. It's like you can think about what the other person is thinking. And I think that all comes from real life, type thing. So it's more of a mental aspect game for me.
What was your family like growing up?
Big family. I had 6 brothers, no girls around, just my mom. It was all boys. My neighbors were my cousins. So that was 3 other boys. Basically sports all day, fighting all day. All we did all day is, mom outside looking for us, trying to figure out what we're doing. So we were a nuisance. You could put it like that. It was a nuisance. A bunch of guys being annoying.
And where was that?
We all grew up in Detroit, Michigan. So, you know, at that time it was a pretty good neighborhood. We all knew each other, great neighbors. So I feel like I had a good life growing up.
And growing up in Detroit with all this family, how did that shape you as a person, your character? How did it shape you in general?
I think it built character, to be honest. You know, growing up with all the boys, the mental toughness and being tough, that's what made me, is growing up with all the boys, being able to handle the roughness, the physicality. The way I grew up, I feel like made me to the person I am today.
In terms of your parents and your family, you know, as you were growing up, how did you want to, you know, fulfill everything that they were trying to get out of you?
My father came in to America and he started working at grocery stores and stuff like that. And I noticed he worked hard. He wasn't around all the time. He worked a lot. So like he really motivated me to like work hard and provide for the family. So it's like he showed me a lot and taught me a lot. And even my older brothers, they showed me a lot and taught me a lot as well. You know, like even if you don't go to college or your life isn't a waste. You can still always do something with yourself. Just gotta work hard and go get it.
When did your parents come over to this country and where'd they come from?
My father came around the 80s. He came from Yemen. So, you know, when he came into California. He worked there and then moved to Michigan and then started his thing here. So, I mean, he worked really hard and he shaped me out to be the man I am today.
Yeah, that's the, you know, we've interviewed a lot of players on this show who are the son of immigrants. And, you know, there are certain values that come with that. How did you recognize that as you were getting into the real world after high school?
Him coming in as an immigrant showed me, like, because when you look at, you know, where you come from, nothing is as good as the U.S. So it's like, me living here, there's a lot of freedom, you know, and then I can go look back at my country and there's a lot of bad things going on. So it's like, I'm very grateful. So I think that's the main thing, is being grateful for what you have.
How does he feel about you playing professional esports? After all of that journey that he had, you being a professional gamer, how does he feel about that?
Sadly, my father passed away when I made the 2K League. So it's like, I feel like I made him very proud for what I do, because he always told me, go out and do what you love. So it's like, ever since then, it's like, I feel like I've done right by him and I'm trying to do right by him as of now.
And your father, I mean, putting in all of that work to come over and raise you and your siblings, you know, how did he feel about your journey to the NBA 2K League?
He always told me, he told me, if this is what you want to do, you should go do it. Like, you know, whether it's school or whatever, and I told him this is what I want. And he always, you know, he pushed me to be better and do better. And he always wanted, whatever it was, to be 100%. That's all he wanted, was for me to do it 100%. And that's what I did, and I made it. And I feel like, you know, he's very proud that I did do it and made it.
TB Shift Day, thanks for stopping by.